Ladies, let me ask you something. Are you running your life like a CEO, or are you waiting for someone to give you permission to succeed? Because let me tell you right now, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to hand you success. You got to take it. See, there's a reason why some women rise to the top and others stay stuck. It's not luck. It's not just talent. It's mindset and action. You're tired of watching others win while you feel like you're just surviving? Stay right here, because today we're breaking down exactly how to think like a boss lady and win in life. Step 1, mindset first, success later. Everything you want in life starts in your mind before it ever becomes real. Before success shows up in your bank account, before it appears in your career, before it transforms your relationships, it has to take root in your mindset. You cannot achieve something externally that you haven't first mastered internally. This is where most people get it wrong. They think success is about luck, circumstances, or even talent. But the truth is, it starts with the way you think. Think about the most successful women you know. They didn't wake up one day and just stumble into success. They didn't sit around waiting for someone to hand them an opportunity. They decided way before the world saw their success that they were going to win. That decision happened in their mind first. They built belief before results ever showed up. Your mindset determines how you respond to challenges, how you handle setbacks, and how you push forward when things get tough. If your mindset is weak, it doesn't matter how many opportunities come your way, you won't be able to hold on to them. But if your mindset is strong, even if you have nothing right now, you will find a way to create something out of it. Look around at your life right now. Everything you have or don't have is a reflection of what you believe is possible for you. If deep down you don't think you deserve success, you will subconsciously sabotage yourself. If you believe you're not capable, you will hesitate to take action. And if you believe success is only for other people, you'll never go after it with the level of confidence and persistence required to win. This is why shifting your mindset is the most important work you can do. You have to start seeing yourself as the kind of woman who wins, even before you have proof. You have to start carrying yourself with the energy of success before success even shows up. Because once you shift the way you think, the way you move in life changes. And when that happens, the results follow. Step 2, confidence over perfection. Most people spend their whole lives waiting until they feel ready, waiting until they know enough, waiting until they have everything perfectly lined up before they take action. But here's the truth. Perfection is a lie, and confidence is the real game changer. If you keep chasing perfection, you'll always feel like you're not enough, not prepared, not qualified. You'll always find a reason to hold yourself back. Think about the women who walk into a room and immediately own the space. They aren't necessarily the smartest, the most experienced, or the most educated, but they have confidence. They know they belong there, and that energy makes other people believe it too. Confidence is what makes people listen to you, trust you, and want to work with you. It's not about having all the answers. It's about believing you can figure it out as you go. The problem with chasing perfection is that it keeps you stuck. You keep tweaking, keep waiting, keep doubting yourself, thinking, once I get this just right, then I'll start. But that moment never comes. Perfection keeps you in your head, while confidence gets you in the game. Look at the most successful women in any industry. Did they know everything when they started? No. Did they make mistakes? Absolutely, but they didn't let that stop them. They trusted themselves enough to take action anyway. That's what separates those who win from those who stay stuck. The willingness to move forward despite uncertainty. Confidence isn't about knowing it all. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step. It's about understanding that mistakes are part of the journey not a reason to quit. It's about walking into every situation knowing you have just as much right to be there as anyone else. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't reward the one who waited until she was perfect. It rewards the one who had the courage to show up, flaws and all, and still own it. Step 3, turn no into fuel. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their dreams. They hear no a few times and they start believing that maybe they're not meant for success. But here's what separates winners from everybody else. They don't take no as a stop sign. They take it as fuel to go harder. Every successful woman you admire has been told no more times than you can imagine. She's been overlooked, underestimated, and rejected. But instead of letting it break her, she used it as motivation. She didn't let it define her worth or her potential. She understood that a no from someone else does not mean no forever. It just means not yet or not with them. Rejection is not personal. It's not a reflection of who you are or what you're capable of. It's just an obstacle. And obstacles are meant to be overcome. But most people don't see it that way. They hear no and immediately shrink back. They start doubting themselves. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should just settle. Maybe this isn't for me. And that's exactly why they stay stuck, because they let someone else's opinion become their reality. But a boss lady, she flips the script. When she hears no, she thinks, watch me. She takes that rejection and uses it to push harder, to get better, to prove to herself that she's unstoppable. She doesn't crumble. She strategizes. She figures out what she needs to improve, where she needs to go next, and how she's going to turn that no into an opportunity somewhere else. Look at the most powerful, successful women in the world. Actresses, CEOs, entrepreneurs, authors. They all have one thing in common. They refuse to let rejection define them. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for TV. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers. Beyoncé lost on Star Search. But guess what? They didn't stop. They used those rejections as stepping stones to something greater. Rejection is a test. It's asking you, how bad do you really want it? And the ones who succeed are the ones who answer that question with action. Instead of letting no destroy them, they let it build them. Instead of seeing it as a dead end, they use it as a reason to level up. Because at the end of the day, no is not the opposite of success. It's just part of the process of getting there. Step 4, control your circle. The people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or pull you down. They will either fuel your growth or drain your energy. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do for your success, your confidence, and your happiness is control your circle. Most people don't even realize how much their environment is shaping their mindset. If you're constantly around people who complain, doubt themselves, and settle for less, that energy is going to rub off on you. If your circle is full of people who think small, talk about others instead of ideas, and always find reasons why something won't work, guess what? You'll start thinking the same way. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with driven, focused, positive, and ambitious people, your whole mindset shifts. Suddenly taking risks doesn't seem so scary because you see others doing it. Dreaming bigger doesn't feel impossible because the people around you are already chasing their own goals. The conversations change, the energy shifts. Instead of complaining about what's wrong, you start talking about what's possible. Instead of doubting yourself, you start believing that if they can do it, so can you. The truth is, not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Just because someone has been in your life for years doesn't mean they're meant to stay in your inner circle. Some people are comfortable with mediocrity, and when you start aiming higher, they won't like it. They'll question you. They'll try to make you feel guilty. They'll remind you of every failure you ever had. Not because they're evil, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to look at their own lives, and some people would rather pull you back down than face their own insecurities. That's why you have to protect your space. You have to be intentional about who gets access to your time, your energy, and your mind. If someone constantly drains you, makes you doubt yourself, or isn't adding anything positive to your life, why are they still in your circle? You don't owe anyone a free pass to your energy. The people in your life should inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better, not make you feel stuck, small, or unsure of yourself. Look at the most successful people. They didn't get there by accident. They built powerful circles. They surrounded themselves with mentors, hustlers, visionaries, people who made them think bigger and work harder. They understood that who you spend time with is a direct reflection of where you're headed. If you're constantly around negativity, laziness, or drama, you can't expect to build a life of success, discipline, and growth. Your circle is your environment, and your environment shapes your mindset. And your mindset, that shapes your future. So the question is, who are you letting influence your life? Step 5, take action, not just notes. A lot of people spend their entire lives planning, researching, and taking notes, but they never actually take action. They've got notebooks full of ideas, vision boards covered in dreams, and a list of goals a mile long, but when you look at the reality, nothing is changing. Why? Because thinking about success is not the same as going after it. Writing down your goals is a great start, but if that's all you ever do, you're just stuck in preparation mode instead of making real progress. Too many people convince themselves that they're being productive when they're really just procrastinating. They tell themselves, I need to do more research. I need to wait for the right time. I need to be 100% ready before I start. And what happens? Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and before they know it, years have passed, and they're still in the exact same place. Successful people don't just sit around waiting for the perfect moment. They create it. They understand that no amount of reading, planning, or thinking will replace the power of action. They start before they feel ready because they know that clarity comes from doing, not just from thinking. They don't waste time overanalyzing every little step. They take the first step and figure things out along the way. Here's the truth. Nobody has it all figured out before they start. Every successful woman you admire had doubts. She didn't have all the answers. She wasn't fully prepared, but she started anyway because she understood that momentum only comes from movement. You can't win a race if you never leave the starting line. Taking action doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. You will, but mistakes are part of the process. Every time you try, every time you step out of your comfort zone, you're learning, you're getting better, you're building confidence. But if you sit on the sidelines waiting for everything to be just right, you'll be waiting forever. Look at the difference between people who succeed and people who don't. It's not just intelligence, it's not just talent, it's not even just connections. It's action. The ones who win are the ones who actually take risks, put themselves out there, and do the work. They don't just dream about success, they go after it with everything they've got. You have to make a decision. Are you going to keep collecting information, watching others win, and telling yourself one day? Or are you going to step up, take action, and make things happen? Listen, ladies. Life is not waiting for you to feel ready. Success is not coming to knock on your door with an invitation. You either step up and take control or keep watching other people live the life you want. You've got everything it takes to win, but it starts with your mindset. It starts with believing in yourself, even when no one else does. It starts with choosing confidence over perfection, turning rejection into motivation. surrounding yourself with the right people, and most importantly, taking action. So ask yourself right now, are you going to keep playing small, doubting yourself and waiting for permission? Or are you finally going to own your power and step into the life you deserve? The choice is yours, but if you're ready to think like a boss lady and win, then stop waiting and start moving.